just so you know, I joke around a lot, but I'm not like pissed about your political views.
Oh shit! I gotta turn off my phone. I gotta mute myself. Hold on, guys.
Oh, you just hate me because I don't like roads, and you're a road lover.
My
It's
roads. My roads.
I don't know why you hate roads so much.
Hi, Candid. How are you?
You know we're
My
live,
future
right?
attorney. Yeah, I do. I do indeed. Okay. Welcome to my land. Oh. Hey, everybody. Welcome. I'm with Another Freaking Atheist and the Mad Libertarian, also known as Mad Dodge Productions. We're just
Also
gonna
known as Road Hater.
that too, also known as Mr. Road Hater, my roads. We're just gonna pretty much bullshit, talk about maybe some crazy news stories, make fun of flurfers, you know. Of course, we gotta throw in a little God hating, or else we wouldn't be ourselves. So,
taxation is stuff.
It is not.
It is, and
It
you're a dirty statist.
I've been hanging out with MC too long. He's turned me.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck? I thought you were on my side. What the hell happened, Bull?
I don't know.
You've been gone too long. You need to come back and hang out and voice chat on the Discord. I'll re-educate you again.
I know. Just the two of us, so I can feel better.
Yeah. The re-education camp is
Right.
all good.
Do you two lovers need me to leave?
No. All right. I got our first article we can look at. It looks like a doozy. It is a woman could be facing charges after an irate confrontation at a Langley, British Columbia Tim Hortons ended in feces being thrown at staff. That does not sound like a very Canadian thing to do. Don, as our token Canadian, would you have to agree that does not sound like a very Canadian thing to do?
Did you say through feces?
Yes.
That's not a Canadian thing to do. It must have been a freaking American up here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
A libertarian American.
Oh, no, that violates the non-aggression principle. That ain't right. Do you like my shit, eh? Just chucking it at him. That ain't.
What's this all about?
Just so you know, I like the non-aggression principle, but it has a lot of flaws in it.
Yeah, it does. Hey, oh, by the way, you know what you said earlier, Don, about how the East Coast has a heavier accent than the West Coast of Canada. Yeah. I think you're right. I think you're right. Like if I talk to you or the Beard Barian or people like that, because you're all West Coasters, your accents aren't as thick as if I was to talk to say like Godless Cranium or someone like that, or you know their accents seem to be a little. Or Toronto people don't seem to have much of an accent. Is that because they're so much? Actually, they're more like New Yorkers almost, since they're right across the river from them.
Well, anything Ontario West, there'll be a little bit of a dialect difference, but very little. But when you're talking about like Newfoundland, PEI, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, it's a lot heavier accents.
Have you ever noticed that Sheenan's gets thicker if she's been drinking?
Yeah, she's
been drinking.
She's from Nova Scotia.
Yeah, that's like almost as far east as you can get in Canada, isn't it?
Yeah. Nova Scotia, or I think Newfoundland might be a little more east, but I'm not sure.
Is Nova Scotia where the Trailer Park Boys are from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nova Scotia. All right. Woman detained after feces fleeing incident at a Langley. Tim Hortons. Where's Langley at, by the way, Don?
4 hours from me.
4 hours from you?
Yeah,
so
you know what Vancouver is?
Yeah, yeah.
Langley's like kind of attached to Vancouver.
Okay, so it's like a suburb almost.
Almost, yeah.
Okay, a woman could be facing charges after an irate confrontation at a Langley Tim Hortons Monday ended up in feces being thrown at staff. I'm kind of flabbergasted as to how the fuck that even happened. Like, would she do shit her pants and I don't get it.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
On Wednesday, surveillance video showing Tim Hortons staff being harassed was posted on Live Leak and YouTube. In the video, which has no sound, a woman can be seen screaming at staff before squatting on the floor, relieving herself. Then she picks up the excrement and throws it at staff. Langley Royal Canadian Mounted Police Corporal Holly Largy confirmed that the RCMP received a complaint. She said a woman was detained and released, but to attend court at a later date. The BC Prosecution Service will review the circumstances and determine if charges will be laid. In America, charges would have definitely been laid already. That would be, I think, an assault with a deadly weapon here, don't you think, Mad?
Well, I don't know. It wouldn't be
it would be a deadly weapon because it's biohazard.
Well, yeah, they give you. I don't remember what the charge is because people in jail like to do this shit, right?
Yeah.
They'll spit on the guards and they'll throw shit at them. There's a certain charge they level. I can't. It's not assault with a deadly weapon, but there is a charge. I can't.
But it's worse than a regular assault, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I thought.
In the States, wouldn't you just get shot by the police?
Probably, yeah. Actually,
well, first you have to play Twister in the hotel hallway.
At the very least,
that's only in Arizona.
Okay, the BC Prosecution Service will review the circumstances. Oh, I already read that part. The Tim Hortons employee had apparently denied the woman access to the restroom. Oh, that was mean of him anyway. But I still would throw shit at him. Our current understanding is that the team member used their discretion in the case and denied access to this guest based on past behavior and out of concern for the immediate safety of team members. Oh, that's kind of weird. They wouldn't let her go to the bathroom because of past behavior and concern for the safety of the team members. How is it unsafe to let her go to the bathroom?
Well, it's funny you say that because a buddy of mine, he got in a physical confrontation with a staff at Tim Hortons, and we went there for coffee a few days later. Mm-hmm. They let him use the bathroom. When he came back out, they said, "We're not going to serve you because of what happened the other day."
Is Tim Hortons like a Dunkin' Donuts kind of?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, where was I? Oh, the company says they're working with the franchise owner and will be looking into this matter further. We are deeply concerned by this video as the safety of our team members and guests is always top priority for us. In limited cases across the country, restaurants have restricted access policy for a restroom to ensure the well-being of guests, statement said. There is a video if you guys would like to look it up and watch it.
I've seen enough monkeys.
Yeah, I could do without
that. I'm sure you guys know what someone throwing shit at someone looks like. That's just like if there's ever been an overreaction, that is fucking definitely it, dude. Like, I mean, I know that. I mean, if she had to go that bad, but I mean, do something out of spite, like shit in their trash can. Don't throw poop at them. That's bizarre.
Okay. God damn it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm stoned, but God damn it.
Here's another. I got another.
What I was going to say is it's only a small step from shitting in the garbage can to throwing this shit. So, I mean, really, you probably should have just walked next door and used the bathroom at McDonald's or whatever fucking fast food place you weird Canucks have. I mean,
I'm still trying to figure out what was so dangerous about letting her use the bathroom? Did they expect her to like drop a real bomb in there or something?
No, shooting up, doing drugs. The same reason all these restaurants
Oh
are
yeah,
locking them up.
I didn't think about that. As someone that used to shoot up in a lot of bathrooms, you'd think I would remember something like that.
You were too stoned to remember.
Yeah. Okay. Schools to stop spanking pupils on their birthday after parents complain.
What?
Yeah. Okay. A Texas elementary school, well, Texas, that explains a lot right there, takes action after receiving complaints saying pupils can choose a hug or a high five instead. I don't think that teachers should spank children for their birthday anyway. That seems a little personal, doesn't it?
That's just too wrong.
It just seems it seems a little too personal. I mean, that it doesn't seem very professional, if you ask me. I mean, I don't know. I know that you're my age. What about? But I don't know about you. I know you're close to my age, Matt. But did they still spank kids in school when you were in school?
I don't remember it happening in school. At home kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I got my ass whipped at home all the time. But
no, I don't mean whooped. I mean like on your birthday you get spankings.
Oh no, I'm just talking about in general. Did they have corporal punishment when you were in school still?
When I was in school, you could still get the strap.
Yes, okay, I could too. I think they stopped it. Strap. I mean, I remember in high school getting a paddle, dude.
Yeah.
There was a school in the town I went to high school in, and the parents had to sign a waiver because they were a Christian school, and they still had corporal punishment. They still had a spanking policy. But that's not what you're talking about here. You're talking about, like, my son's turning 13 on the 30th. So we're going to give him 13 spankings and a pinch to grow an inch. You're talking about that type of thing. Is it weird for the teachers to do that? Absolutely. And that's never happened to me at school. That's really weird.
What about you, chat? Was corporal punishment in school when you guys were students?
Well, the chat's not going to answer back. So while you're waiting for the answer, well, I mean typing.
But I mean, I know they will eventually.
While we're waiting for chat, I want to know libertarian's idea, because we were talking NAP. What's your idea on birthday spankings, considering non-aggressive principle?
Yeah, is that too aggressive?
Oh, I think it's a joke. You're not really spanking them to hurt them. You're joking with your kid, and it's a joke. There's no real problem with the joke. And if you want to get really serious when it comes to the parenting issue, I believe those are my kids until they're 18, and what I say goes. The country is a republic. My house is a dictatorship. Sorry, that's the way it is. I'm dad, and that's the final line.
Dude, there's a huge difference between being beat and being spanked. I mean, I believe in. I mean, I don't use corporal punishment as a rule, but when I do, he knows I'm fucking serious because I don't use it all the time. You know what I mean? That's like a last straw kind of thing for me. Like if you won't listen, I mean, I'll give you plenty of chances, but I mean, if it still doesn't work, I will pop him on the butt. You know?
Yeah. I'm totally against spanking.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, for everybody. But yours was a little different. Your son, I mean, he already had enough problems as it was growing up. So, you had to find
daughters.
Oh, okay. Well, you still had to find. It wouldn't have been fair to do one and not the other either, too. You had to find more creative ways for punishment, I imagine, didn't you?
Education. That was punishment.
Well, that's a good punishment. At least they learned something. But I will say this though, that if I do resort to spanking my son, it's only one pop on the bottom, nowhere else, not his legs, not his arm, I don't smack him in the head. And I always kneel down and I say, do you understand why Daddy did this to you? This doesn't mean I don't love you, but you have to listen to me. When you're, I would rather him get a spanking by me than like, it's usually when he scares the shit out of me. Like if he almost runs out in front of a car, or if he's outside playing and he takes off and I don't know where he was, it's usually out of fear is why I do it more than anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, I think there's better ways to discipline a child, but I mean, I do it but like I said, it's usually out of fear, or if I'm totally exasperated and he's just being totally obstinate and like has ignored everything I said.
Well, anyway, we're supposed to be talking about weird news, and we're getting onto a serious topic.
Sorry.
That's for my show.
And Chad is answering.
Mm-hmm.
Chad is answering you too.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll read the article after I'm done. Oh, I just now got the fucking I just now got the thing that the red eye was on, and that was what, 10 hours ago?
Well, not 10 hours, but yeah, a while ago. That's a fucking lame ass notification system.
Yeah, most teachers I had paddle me were a joke, but there was this one, man, Mr. Fulton. That dude fucking, when he paddled you, you knew it, dude. He wrapped your ass cheeks up around your ears, dude. That motherfucker could hit hard. Oh my God, could he hit hard.
I never got corporal punishment in school. They didn't do that. But there was a teacher in middle school. I went into 5th grade, right? And everybody knew about this little old lady. She was about 4'3". Her name was Mrs. Lupaka, and she had a bullwhip on her wall. A bullwhip hanging on the fucking wall. And if you pissed her off, she would grab it and just snap the fucker right in class. It'd scare the shit out of everybody. She never used it, or else, lawsuit, everything else.
I'm pretty sure that spanking a kid is one thing, but flogging them with a bullwhip's that's a whole other ballgame there.
But going into middle school, in 5th grade, like everybody would be telling you about it. Like all the 8th graders would be like, "Yeah, wait till you get to Mrs. Paka's class. She's got a fucking bullwhip." Like,
That's
so
nuts.
everybody was scared to death of this little 4-foot fucking little old lady. But yeah, she snapped that fucker. It was pretty crazy. But no, I never got spanked at school.
Yeah, I try not to, and I also try not to resort to corporal punishment because that was my mom's go-to. Like, and I resented her for it. She was like, I remember once. She used to ground me too. I remember once I got grounded because as a 10-year-old, she asked me to get her a glass of water, and I don't know if I got her warm water on accident. And she like claimed I did it intentionally, like I was being a malicious 10-year-old. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, so she used to throw shit at me. My mom was old school though. She was born in World War II Germany. She'd hit me with anything handy, like wooden spoons, glass ashtrays, shoes. It didn't matter, anything handy. All right, a school in Texas is going to stop spanking pupils on their birthday after parents complained about the special celebration. Superintendent of the local independent school district, Dr. Randy Brown, said the head teacher, probably makes them hard, at Elvord Elementary School has decided on her own accordance to discontinue the tradition. In an earlier letter, the principal, Bridget Williams, wrote the parents to make clear that the practice was optional. She said that if the parents would prefer their child would not receive birthday spankings, they should please write and send the office a handwritten note. That's bizarre. You shouldn't have to write the fucking school a note to tell them you don't want your kid touched by them. I don't think anybody has a right to touch your children but you.
No, absolutely. I totally agree.
Even
You
if
know
it
what's
is
funny
just,
though?
even if it is just a fucking joke, you know.
If you've ever accidentally gone to the strip club on your birthday, you'll know what I'm saying here. I'd rather have a note to the strip club owners say, "Hey, don't drag me on the stage," because they're fucking assholes at the strip club on your
I
birthday.
can
Just saying.
safely say that I've never accidentally ended up in a strip club.
Yeah. Well, your buddies take you out, and then it happens to be your birthday, and they tell somebody. Next thing you know, you're on the stage getting whipped by a bunch of strippers. Not the funnest thing in the world.
Yeah,
Sounds fun to me.
I hate when strippers rub their boobies in my face and hit me.
Oh no, dude! Pointy heels, like it's not as fun as you think. You imagine it's fun, but I've seen some guys they're being
I've
tortured up
been on
there, dude.
stage with strippers before, and I had a blast, dude. I
Fair
don't
enough.
recall them fucking hitting me with high heels, but I don't know what kind
Oh
of strip
no,
club you go to, unless it's like a BDSM one. Jesus
fair enough.
Christ!
No, they actually like whip you and shit with a fucking belt, like on your birthday if you go in there at one of the strip clubs here
Yeah,
in
that's the
Eugene or
strip
whatever.
clubs here. They rub their boobies in your face on stage on your birthday, but they don't hit you. But they rub their boobies in
Oh,
your face all the
well,
time.
you're not going to the good ones then. No,
Well, I don't want to get hit by strippers. I'd like to get hit on by strippers, but not hit. Superintendent said the head teacher at Alfred Elementary School had decided on her own accord to discontinue the tradition. I'd read about the letters being sent. Explaining the practice, Ms. Williams said people may receive birthday spankings along with a birthday special day pencil and a piece of candy. Oh, at least they give them a pencil and a piece of candy. Any student who rejected the spanking has the option of a hug or a high five. I think a hug's too personal too, almost. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that the teachers are pedophiles or anything, but it could give the wrong impression. And they're also not telling us the age of these children either.
Well, and have you seen the news lately with all the female teachers and their students and vice versa?
You know what,
Yeah.
dude? I don't think that I would have ever fucking. I made this sound sexist, but like if I was a 15-year-old, and I mean, have you seen some of these teachers? They're hot, dude. Like I'd give them motherfuckers a high five, like good job, bro. You know, I mean, you know what happened was they didn't feel like they'd been molested or raped or anything. What happened was they bragged to their buddies. Their buddies' parents heard it. The parents called the school, and that's how they end up getting busted. I almost guarantee it. Because no guy is going to be like, oh, this hot teacher fucked me and I feel so dirty.
Here's the problem, though.
It's not going to happen.
You're talking about people that they're legally not even allowed to vote because they're.
Oh, I know. I get that. I'm just saying, though, as a 15-year-old, now I don't think it's right. I'm just saying, as a 15-year-old boy, I would have never, ever been like, you know, oh, this is horrible. I can't stand it. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, put yourself in a 15-year-old's shoes. That's all I meant.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean they're supposed to be professional. They're entrusted with your child's safety. No, they shouldn't be doing that stuff. You know, period. But I'm just saying, as a 15-year-old boy, though, I mean, you know, that's how it happened. You know, the boys weren't like, oh, I feel so dirty. You know, that was not the case. Not the case.
As a 15-year-old boy, you might think that way, but the teacher shouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. And a 15-year-old boy isn't mentally, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not mentally mature enough for something like that.
Yeah, I actually had I can't remember where it was. I think it was on Facebook. People I knew were talking about it, and it's like they're saying, "Oh yeah, those teachers shouldn't be charged," and blah blah blah, and everything. And it's just,
oh yes, they should.
People were just sticking up for the teachers left and right, and I jumped in and I said, I cannot believe how many of you people are defending pedophiles.
How could they have such double standards?
Yeah.
And actually, they'd be hebophiles, not pedophiles. But still, I mean, how could they have such double standards? If it was a guy teacher and a female student, people would be fucking up in arms. They would fucking lose their shit over it. But if it's a boy, I'm just saying, like, if when I was a 15-year-old, I would have been like, fucking hey, dude, good job, you know? But I'm just saying.
15-year-old girls are the same, too. I mean,
I know it's exactly the same. That's why I'm saying, why the double standards?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, when I was 15, I would have never thought like that. I would have been like, fucking hey, man, you know? I mean, all 15-year-old boys would. Considering a stiff wind will fucking make your pecker hard when you're 15.
Yeah, and KC in chat says women teachers don't get sentenced as harshly either.
No, they don't. They sure don't.
Yeah, and I mean, we've been fighting for equality for so long, and I know it's like more about women's rights, but at the same time, we've got to get that evened out, because this is treating women way different than men. It's not, oh, the poor little woman made a mistake. No, it's you fucked a kid.
Yeah, and women get lesser lesser sentences always, like no matter what the charge is. I mean, unless it's maybe like murder or something like that.
Not even murder. Even murder, half the time they get 20
really?
or 15. Yeah.
Really? Yeah, but women always get lesser charges. Like, I know people that, like, guys and girls both got busted together doing the same thing, like, say, cooking meth, for instance. And the girl would get, like, if she does get prison time, it's like 2 years, and the guy gets, like, 12. You know, like, so it's totally, that's even if she gets prison time. Usually they can cry and they'll end up with probation and maybe a little bit of county time.
Or they roll over immediately, and that's why the guy gets 12.
That's actually probably what it is that they roll on somebody. Because women are, I'm not making fun of women, but I'm just saying that guys aren't usually as afraid to go to jail. And a woman, you know, because cops will lie to you. I'm sure that you've been questioned by police before. They'll tell you anything to get you to admit shit, man. And I've caught them up and, like, I'll be like, you're fucking full of shit, dude. There's no way that's true. You know, you're fucking full of shit.
Well, no, yeah. That's why you just go in there and you say, I have nothing to say and I'd like a lawyer. Yeah. Thank you. And a bottle of water.
And then they'll say, I've said that before. I'm like, I'd like to practice my Fifth Amendment rights. Whoa, what do you have to hide? What do you need a lawyer for? Why don't you want to say anything?
I need a lawyer to talk to you, man, and I need some water. I'm feeling really parched.
Are you saying that by practicing my rights, that's a fucking crime in your eyes? Fuck you guys, you know?
No, that's just getting you to talk more. That's literally you just go, I want a lawyer and I'm really thirsty. And then you make them carry you a bottle of water because they have to. They have to go get you some water, fucking chumps. I know, I'm a dick. But yeah, I've been in the interrogation room a time or two. And yeah, fuck off. I'm not saying a damn word. I didn't do nothing. And I would like some water.
Hey, when I was in jail once, and this guy came in and he was crying. You could tell he'd never been in jail before. And he was crying. He's like, man, I'm fucking innocent. And I was like, dude, haven't you heard? We're all innocent in here. And everybody was fucking rolling, dude. He's like, I really am innocent, though, man. I'm like, dude. You really better stop crying or else someone's going to end up hurting you.
Yeah, that's a bad plan.
This is not a good place to cry. I'm like, you fucking might be here for a few hours, a few days. There's guys in here looking at life that they do not want to hear your crying. That's bullshit. Zoo in trouble after taking a bear out to ice cream. I don't even understand how that works. Like, what if they did? Like, did they like? Oh, it was Canadian Zoo, by the way, too. They're like,
I do it. I fucking do it.
I haven't got that far yet, but I mean, like, did they ask the bear if they wanted to go out to ice cream? I mean, did they like put it in their car and put a seatbelt on it?
Have you seen the Klondike commercials? All bears love ice cream.
For a Klondike bar. The trip to take a bear for dairy got hairy. Ooh, when zoo owners were fined for failing to tell authorities about the ice cream dash. So, hey, RCMP, yeah, we're gonna take our bear out for ice cream. We just wanted to let you know.
Yeah.
A wildlife park has been fined after forgetting to tell police they were taking their bear out for ice cream. Oh, we're sorry. We meant to call you, but we forgot. Discovery Wild Park in Alberta, Canada, drove Berkeley the bear to a Dairy Queen to get ice cream and shared a video of him being fed through a window by the store's owner. According to the Canadian press, the zoo's permit requires them to alert authorities before moving animals out of the zoo. The owners of the park, Doug Boss and Debbie Rowland, were charged under the Wildlife Act and admitted that they had been busy and made a mistake and not telling the local government about Berkeley's trip. Man, I'm sorry, we were so busy, but the bear really wanted ice cream, so we had to take him out. In a statement posted on social media, the park said, the conclusion of the investigation has resulted in us being charged under Section 12(3) of the Wildlife Act. What we failed to do under this section was notify Fish and Wildlife ahead of time that we'll be taking Berkeley off-site. We've been in operation for over 28 years, and this is the first time we have failed to notify Fish and Wildlife before taking an animal off-site. The Alberta Zoo standards fall under the Wildlife Act and are very strict and regulated. So this is the first time they've taken a bear out for ice cream? Is that what they're saying?
Well, no. Yogi and Boo Boo love ice cream. Fuck off. They get their ice cream.
I'm sure they do, but I mean, can you imagine working in Dairy Queen and a fucking truck pulls up and there's a dude and a bear sitting next to him? That'd be a little weird. We appreciate that the fish, wildlife, follow these high standards to ensure the best care and well-being of the animals in our care. We will pay our fine and have already instituted changes to our protocols. So they're not taking bears off for ice cream anymore. They're going to bring it into them. And put them into practice to ensure these notifications are done every time without fail. What were you saying, Don?
In their defense, though, if it was you and a bear come to you and said, take me for ice cream, are you going to argue?
I wouldn't argue the bear. Fuck no. Hell no. That's just like that old adage: where does a bear shit in the woods? The bear shits wherever the fuck it wants to. The bear.
Yeah.
Well, no. If the bear walks up to me and starts talking, then I'm gonna put down the acid. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Talking about acid, I can tell when people like have fucking never done acid, like, because they tell like absurd stories, like they seen a fucking green Martian walk up to them and it started talking to them, and then a unicorn flew by. Motherfucker, I've ate so much acid in my life. Them are not the kind of hallucinations you have on LSD.
No, what happens if you start blaring Rob Zombie and you're in the middle of the woods? You start to kind of think crazy and creep through the woods.
You think crazy shit, but you only see traces and shit breathing and stuff.
Well, everything looks really electric on acid, and mushrooms, everything looks fungal to me.
When I'm on mushrooms, everything
I've done both. So.
When I'm on mushrooms, everything looks bright and shiny to me. And acid just makes things more colorful and alive looking, and a little bit askew, like the dimensions just don't add up to your eyes. You know what I mean?
I don't know. You can almost see an aura on people and like electrical.
Oh yeah, that's more like like tracers and shit like that. You know.
I guess it was a little more intense than just regular tracers from mushrooms, but yeah.
Oh, we were making fun of Canada. How about an Oregon story?
Oh. Really? All right, go ahead.
Oregon, a Canadian winter.
Wait a second. Oregon horse sues former owner for $100,000 seeking damages for neglect. How the fuck does a horse sue somebody?
Oh fuck, PETA really took hold. God damn it.
Okay.
Hire a good lawyer.
A horse is. How does a horse hire a lawyer exactly? But anyway, a horse is suing his former Washington County owner for $100,000 in damages in a rare case in which the animal is listed as a plaintiff in a legal action against its guardian. The Animal League Defense Fund in Portland has filed the suit against the former owner. Okay.
Fucking
Whittle and Bircher, 51 of Cornelius. You have any idea where that's at, Mad? Cornelius, Oregon?
No, I never heard of it.
I don't know every fucking city in my state, so that makes sense. I just didn't know if it was anywhere near you or not.
Oh, no, everybody seems to think I'm up by Portland. I'm over 175 miles away from Portland.
You're closer to where's Jeff Holiday from?
Yeah, Eugene. I'm closer to Eugene.
You're closer to Eugene, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Eugene's 65 miles away. I'm just up in the Cascades, man. I'm in between Eugene and Springfield and Bend, Oregon. I'm up in the Cascade Mountain Range.
And you're a fairly short drive from the coast too, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing about living in the valley, so like living in Eugene, you're 50 miles from the coast, 50 miles from the snow. I'm up by the snow, so I'm like 100 miles from the coast.
Okay, I see. Dude, I can't believe how much of a difference. I watch a bounty hunter channel on YouTube. It's called Southland Bounty Hunters. And he's from Southern California, so he works in the like LA, Sacramento area, you know. But occasionally he goes up to Northern California, like up by the Oregon border, and works. And like, I can't believe how much of it. Well, I mean, I can believe it because I mean, from Southern California to Northern California is like going through 3 different states, normal states. But I mean, I just can't believe how much the weather and the terrain is different from Southern California to Northern California. You know what I mean? Okay. The Animal League Defense Fund in Portland filed suit. Justice, an 8-year-old American quarter horse, is seeking damages for negligence that left him 300 pounds underweight and afflicted with lice, a skin infection, and damaged genitals from severe frostbite. According to the lawsuit filed Tuesday in Washington County Circuit Court, he will require special medical care for the rest of his life, the suit says. Justice, formerly known as Shadow, when he lived with Bircher, was removed from the Cornelius property in March 2017 and now lives at a horse rescue in Troutdale.
I know where Troutdale is. But no, why can't we just send him to the glue factory? The rest of your life is rather short there, horse.
Did you not listen?
Yeah,
he damaged the privates of this horse.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy should. Joke. My grandmother, there was a pedophile got caught, and my grandmother had the best saying because she's like this
old lady.
She passed away now, but big time Baptist, never swore nothing, never said a dirty thing in her life. I don't think.
Yeah,
but when she heard about it, she just said, "Oh, somebody should nail his balls to a stump and kick him over backwards."
that is a good choice of punishment. I've heard nail his balls to a stump and give him nothing but a dull butter knife. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Sarah Hannikin, one of the attorneys representing the horse in the case, fuck, how many attorneys does a horse have? Said state case law has shown animals have legally protected rights. She said justice should be allowed to recover the cost of damages for pain and suffering just as a human victim would. Now, I'm an animal lover myself, but to say that an animal has rights like a human does, I think we're putting a little bit too much importance on animals' rights. You know,
no, it's total bullshit, and it sounds to me like this horse has better representation than I could ever get.
You know,
like this fucking horse has more lawyers than OJ.
Yeah,
what the fuck is going on?
I was going to say that a horse had better lawyers than I had, probably. But I mean, animals should be protected. If you're going to be an animal owner, take good care of your animal. But
okay,
but to say that a horse has the same rights as a person does,
especially when if a racing horse breaks its leg or something, they put it down immediately. That's mighty fucking convenient to me that they want to sue for $100,000 on this damaged horse. When normally a damaged horse would cost what? A bullet and a trip to the glue factory?
I could see taking the horse away from the owner. I could also see fining the person or jailing them for animal cruelty and making them pay the horse's veterinarian bills. But to sue it like you would a regular person in like a civil court, I would expect criminal charges before I would civil ones, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an animal lover. I love animals. I couldn't kill anything. I don't have the heart to do it. I killed a bird once when I was a little kid. Like, I found out real quick that I'm not cut out to be a hunter. I'm just not, dude. I don't have the heart for it.
The little mole cried.
I did. I'm an animal lover, dude. I couldn't do that to an animal.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna make fun. I'm not gonna make fun of Little Mole because
that's fine.
That's just me.
Now, a cow, if I was hungry, I'd murder the fuck out of it, dude. Like, because I like cows; they're delicious.
Oh, yeah. There's a whole country that just erupted in anger after that statement.
I don't have.
I bet you drink milk too. You drink milk from the cow with your cereal, don't you?
I love eggs. I like to take their fucking unborn children and fucking take the mother and fucking baste her and her unborn children and then fry it.
Dude.
You're going to get PETA all through the chat here now.
I hope.
Yeah. Scientist Mel is trying to get a hold of PETA.
Yeah.
Wants to have a chat with them.
Like, I'm not sure, like, if it's a toss-up between young Earth creationists, flat earthers, and vegans. Which one is the craziest? Now, vegans probably a little bit further down than young Earth creationists and flat earthers, but they're still kind of. I mean, that's their choice, but I don't think.
Oh, in the chat, grumpy old Dave, letting horses sue. Next thing you know, women will have the vote.
Dave. I love Dave. Oh, wait, Dave doesn't exist. He's like Nacha. They live in a country that doesn't exist because it's in the southern hemisphere and the world's flat. We know it doesn't exist.
Oh, so is that like our link to the ETs?
Yeah, they're upside down. They can't possibly be upside down because we don't understand gravity, so that can't be real.
Yeah, they'll just fall off in the space. Only the penguins are keeping them hooked.
And they ride polar bears.
Oh, well, only to go get ice cream.
Only to get the ice cream. That's funny. Why would a fucking Antarctic penguin want ice cream? They have all kinds of ice.
Yeah, well. No, I think this whole story out of Oregon is pretty ridiculous, and I hope it's thrown out of court. A horse doesn't have the same rights as a human being, and they can't sue in court. The owner of a horse can sue in court, and you can sue or charge them for the medical bills. That is all possible.
But it should be a criminal charge, not a fucking civil charge.
Well, exactly. This isn't Mr. Ed, okay? What are you going to do? I called a horse to the stand. I want to know the horse's story. Like, what the fuck?
Well, you look at what's going on in the States, so with that, what's it called, where if police think something's being used for drug deal or whatever.
Oh, conspiracy charges?
No, they can just, like, say you have $10,000 in your pocket. They can say,
oh yeah, they can say, oh, well, why do you have that cash and just take it away from you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want it back, when you go to court, you're not going to court to fight somebody, right? It on the documents it is your money versus you.
Huh. I didn't know that.
It's the weirdest thing. Like
the money has feelings. Like, I don't want to be in his pocket. Oh, here's a funny story. Mother, 19, stabbed boyfriend during sex after telling him men should only be used for human sacrifice. Now, before I read the article, I think that they could have worded this this heading a little different. Is this the person's mother that was having sex with them? I mean, just the way it's worded. What does her being a mother have to do with anything? Couldn't they just say girlfriend, 19, stabbed her boyfriend?
I don't know. I'm dwelling on the human sacrifice part.
Yeah, okay, that is a little weird. I'll admit that. Maybe she's a fucking hardcore Satanist or something. Or maybe you know how they have reptilians? Maybe she's an insectoid. Maybe she's like part-praying mantis.
Oh yeah, or there was a
Guess how
burning
much
bush
time she got?
outside.
Remember we were just talking about women getting time? Guess how much time she got after fucking telling a guy that and stabbing him? How much time did you expect her to get?
2 years.
Well, she got more than that, but
Oh, did she? Okay.
11 years. 11 years, that's it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
insane.
Okay.
Yeah, like Charlie Manson trying to sacrifice some bitch, he would have gotten life.
Yeah.
But
usually people I've seen people get more time for attempted murder than actual murder.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? You've never seen that?
Yep.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
A young mother has been jailed for 11 years for stabbing her occasional boyfriend as they had sexual intercourse after texting him to say men should only be used as human sacrifice. So she texted him and told him that, and like a dumbass guy that he is, he's like, oh, she can't possibly mean that. I'm going to go over and get my dick sucked.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, it was too. Zoe Adams, 19, had dressed up as a clown and put a pillow over Kieran Beswick's head to make their encounter more exhilarating. That's weird. Getting weirder and weirder. On July 29th last year, Carlisle Crown Court heard. I must be in like Canada or England or something. In what she described as an overreaction, she whispered, "Trust me," to the then 17-year-old Bewick before stabbing him 5 times in the chest, arm, and thigh with a 10-inch hunting knife, collapsing his lung. Jesus Christ! So
Trust
she
me.
Yeah.
That's what she fucking said.
Trust me, I'm dressed like a clown and put a pillowcase over your head. What the fuck? Having seized Adams' iPhone, the court heard of images she had saved on the device, which included a blood-soaked woman with the caption, "Murders like a bag of chips. You can't stop after just one." The device also had a text message to her victim reading, "I don't think about males unless said male is strapped up and being used as human sacrifice. You should be grateful you're not a part of it." Well, she tried to make him a part of it. Adams claimed she could not remember the incident, but the sentencing judge, James Atkins, said her cruel and sadistic actions were deliberately intended to cause harm to her victim.
No shit.
Yeah, she was playing dumb. He added that she planned the attack. Well, duh. Taking the knife and duct tape to her bedroom in Wigton, Cumbria. Mr. Bewick, who is afraid of clowns, had declined Adams' earlier suggestion to be tied up with tape, and the pillow was a compromise. Judge Atkins said, "You had to decide to cause serious harm to Mr. Bewick during sex. I'm sure that by the time you had already become disinhibited by drinking drugs, even the more sadistic side of your personality had come to dominate," said Judge Atkins, ruling that Adams is a dangerous offender. In his victim impact statement, Mr. Bewick said he'd struggled to sleep since the attack, which left him with the injury to his lung and pneumonia. His statement said, "I struggled with the knowledge that someone I genuinely cared about would do this to me." Just after I got out of the hospital, this thought played on my mind a lot. But having had time to think about it, I'm convinced that she planned it. It wasn't personal. What? It wasn't personal. How much more fucking personal can you get? She was going to do it to someone, and it just happened to be me. Strangely, that makes it easier to deal with. Well, whatever helps you sleep at night, buddy.
Yeah, how many guys was she sleeping with if she was gonna tie some other guy down?
Yeah, that is bizarre. He was going to be wait, where am I? Statements, I already read that. Oh, he was going to be scarred mentally and emotionally for the rest of his life. He said, adding, I've always had a fear of clowns, and Zoe knew this. This will only increase my fear of clowns. I imagine it will. In a text message, Mr. Beaver had told her that a barefoot clown was his worst nightmare. His barrister then read aloud the defendant's text message to Mr. Bewick, which read, I don't think about males unless the male's strapped up to be used as human sacrifice. You should be grateful you are not a part of it. Dude, she did that. I mean, how could you deny not remembering that? Dude, she did that totally on purpose. She dressed like the guy's worst nightmare. But he still had sex with her. That just tells you that men do not think all the way through things.
Well, a lot of the blood leaves the brain. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's hard to make decisions when all the blood rushes to your nether regions. Mr. Bewick, a fantasy novelist, I thought he was 17. Wouldn't you call him a high school student? That's what I call 17-year-olds. And I wonder if she caught a charge for having sex with a minor.
Oh, I never even thought of that.
Because she was 19, he was 17. I don't know. Some places, though, that as long as you're that close in age, they usually don't trip about it. Mr. Bewick, a fantasy novelist, was left with life-threatening injuries after his attacker plunged the knife twice into his chest. Earlier in the hearing, Adams claimed that she could not remember stabbing her occasional lover, saying that the attack was brought on by him kissing her neck. With a pillowcase over his head?
Do you ever go to bed and have sex with someone while holding a knife?
Not that I can ever remember. Nor have I ever had sex with anybody dressed like a clown either.
I'm a freaky bastard.
I'm freaky too, but I still wouldn't want to have sex with a clown.
Well, I don't either, but the clown thing doesn't bother me. But having a knife in bed with you, that...
Well, the story doesn't add up. How did he kiss her neck if he had a pillowcase over his head?
Yeah.
And if she didn't plan it, well, why was there a 10-inch knife near enough for her to grab to stab him with in the first place? Did she excuse herself to go get it? Come on, that's retarded. Excuse me, I'll be right back, honey.
No, this sounds like premeditated murder to me.
Oh, totally.
Totally.
I did stab him, but I overreacted, she told the court, dismissing the evidence found on her mobile phone as a joke. Well, it might have been a joke if you would have never stabbed him. Mr. Bewick had written and published his own dark fantasy novel called Ascendance. It was a topic they shared interest in. She had been giving a copy of the book, which quotes a female character saying, I knelt on Greg's chest with my blade positioned carefully at his heart. Adams claimed she never read it and told the court she had no idea why the police found a record on her phone of a search about the sentence for attempted murder, the charge she originally faced. The judge dismissed her version of events, siding with the now 18-year-old Mr. Bidwick, and sentenced her on Friday. What That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that. I mean, how often do you? What do you guys think the percentage of like that kind of defense actually works? 0% of the time. Like that's almost like an insanity plea, isn't it? Oh, I don't remember doing that. I didn't remember doing it at all. That's almost as I would call that almost insanity plea, right?
I don't know. I think for the police, saying that is more like admission of guilt.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how the courts would see it.
That's a weird story. First, police say he tried to masturbate in front of a woman while wearing a wetsuit. Now he was arrested for building a cave in a state park. That's quite a bit of a difference, isn't it?
What's wrong with building a cave?
How do you build a cave anyway?
With the shovel?
I suppose, yeah. Wouldn't that be a tunnel though? More than a cave? I don't know. It's just semantics, I suppose. Yakima man will not face felony charges for building cave on public land. Well, that's nice. It's just a misdemeanor. Yakima, Washington. A 57-year-old homeless man will not face charges in Yakima County Superior Court after police say he lived in a cave he dug. You were right. He did dig it. He did dug it. At Yakima Sportsman State Park. Washington State Park rangers who investigated said it looked like the man about a month to build the cave where he had been living for about a year. The man who has a number of criminal convictions was arrested last week on possible malicious mischief charges after the cave was discovered. That's a weird charge. Malicious mischief? How is he being malicious?
Yeah. And he's homeless. Like,
yeah.
He's not homeless.
Well, he's not now.
He built a home.
He's not homeless no more. Not for a little while, anyway. After the cave was discovered, authorities determined construction of the cave wouldn't constitute a felony charge to be heard in Superior Court, but said he would still be charged in district or municipal court. That's a weird story.
Sounds like authorities being dinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like they're just looking for fucking something to fuck with them about.
Yeah.
How about you look up some stories, Mad? Or you can if you want. Or we can talk about whatever.
Mad's gone. He dropped off.
Oh, did he? I'm not even looking at the fucking hangout.
Yeah, he I don't know what happened, but he dropped out.
His internet gets kind of wonky sometimes.
Yeah.
His internet gets kind of wonky sometimes. Oh, he said he got kicked out for some reason. He'll try to rejoin.
I kicked him out because he's a libertarian.
What a bastard. You're such a dick. Oh, so I need to go, but I need to go and watch it. But how was your interview with KC? Isn't she wonderful?
Yeah, she does so much behind the scenes.
I know.
I really had to point that out today.
I told her the same thing when I interviewed her. And you got a lot of views on it too. It looked like when I clicked on it just to check out how long it was, and I what was it, like 80 some views you got so far?
I got 104 views on it.
Awesome. So it must have went up since the last time I seen it even. That's awesome. Yeah. Congratulations. Who you got on the agenda for tomorrow?
Let's see. Tomorrow is at 5 p.m. Central is the polyamory Q&A.
Oh, okay. Is Peter going to be there too?
Peter and Miriam.
Oh, yep. Cool. Awesome.
If people haven't seen last week's polyamory show, should check it out.
Yeah, I watched most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you have questions, let us know. We'll try to fit them in on tomorrow's show.
All right, sounds good. I will definitely do that.
And then at 8 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, I'm going to be interviewing Magnificent Bastard. I don't know if you know him from Twitter, but
I do.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
Yeah, I need to. Well, you're busy all this week, aren't you? I was gonna say I want to. I want to interview you sometime too, like not just us bullshit, but actually interview you. And not you too. I'd like to interview you as well. I need to get with you and find out when the best time. When the best time for you is actually. So,
when do you want to?
Well, I would prefer like around 5 or 6 Central time. Any day would be okay. Like it doesn't matter what day.
See, 7:30 Friday. No, sorry, 6:30 on Friday. I've got Caproni. So if it can be shorter than an hour, we'd be good there.
Or like do it beforehand, you mean?
Yeah.
Like say like 5 o'clock Central Friday?
Yeah.
We could do that.
Or would you rather do a Saturday one?
Saturdays be okay too.
Okay.
Either way. Just we'll get together before the weekend and figure it out. I talk to you mostly every day anyway, so
yeah.
And I talked to Gallus Cranium, and he's supposed to be pretty soon too. I just need to get with him and figure out the day. And I got to get with Shannon again and reschedule because of the whole time. She sent me a message and told me it was most certainly just a time zone conflict that just we both got confused. I didn't realize. I just assumed that she lived in Eastern Canada. I assumed it was 1 hour ahead, like it would be in America, but no, she's 2 hours ahead.
Yeah, she's much further east in the U.S. East.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Yeah. You've got some good interviews coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Sure do. And I'd like to see. I'm going to ask Godless Engineer if we could redo his, because the last time I interviewed him it was like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'd like to do it at more of a prime time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I also have a better like format of things I like to ask people now. I just think it would be a little better. I'm sure he will if I ask him. He's pretty good about doing things. Oh, I got Hymnalysis coming up too, and Kyle Curtis. I just gotta figure out. Kyle said he's pretty much open all the time. And of course Artemis, Steve McRae. So I got quite a few people. Paula Gia. I just got to get with them and figure out a time to do it.
Yeah, Artemis was supposed to be my Monday interview, and his internet messed up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Who did I get instead?
Who did you do Monday? I watched it. I should know this.
No, I skipped Monday.
So you went to Tuesday then, didn't you? Today? Yeah, you did. Who did you do today?
Mrs. Snarky was yesterday. Today was Caitlin.
Oh yeah, today was Caitlin. Yeah, okay. Yep, you're right.
And if you haven't interviewed Mrs. Snarky yet, you got to get her on.
I have, but it wasn't fair to her because I interviewed GI first, and then she just jumped on after, and that isn't fair to her. She deserves her own slot. I'm gonna ask her if I can redo her. So.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I'll interview you, Dave, even if you live in the future. You and Nacho, you future menu. You guys don't even exist. Australia isn't real. The world is flat, damn it.
Yeah. So there.
Take that, punks.
Yeah. All of my video or interviews have been just one person.
It goes better that way, don't it?
Yeah, except next Friday, I've got 2 people on at once, and that's what they wanted. And that is Frankie and Bran from the Geek Room.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, though, because they do that everything together, you know?
Yeah.
That'd be like Hugo and Jake kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't have one without the other.
Yeah, so we'll shoot for Friday or Saturday. I mean, what do you have anything scheduled for Saturday? Would Saturday be easier for you?
I got Cirrus at, I believe it's 1 p.m. Saturday.
Oh, okay, so we could do later in the afternoon, like 6 or 7 then, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, I was only going to do 2 a week, but it'll take me forever to do 2 a week, dude. So I think I might bump it up to like 3 or 4 if I have the time. Because, like I said, like, you know what I mean, 2 a week is just not very. It'll take forever, man. There's so many to do.
Yeah, and like for me, I don't work. Sitting in front of the computer talking to people is not
Keep
that
you
hard on me.
sane.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, it keeps you sane too, probably like it does me. All right. Well, everybody, it's getting kind of late here. I'm obviously not in the future. It's bedtime for Mr. Mole, but I'd like to thank you all for coming. And Nacha and Dave, I will be DMing you gentlemen pretty soon and figure out what day is best for you if you're willing to come on anyway. So I will be getting a hold of you guys. And I want to tell everybody good night and have a lovely day.
And be freaky.
Be as freaky as you can.
Yeah.